I think to be a great artist, you have to be free within yourself. You can't be too scared.
Like I heard, the great Kendrick Lamar just gave you the crown about being the dopest, what does he say, the dopest MC right now?
He said I'm the hardest out.
The hardest out.
I just know I'm hard.
You just accepted your great.
I've accepted it. I'm not running from it anymore. I learned from SpongeBob to be yourself. You're good.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Baked on Stoked. We're right here in West Berlin in the France space. My name is Marvin Game, and I'm very pleased to introduce the Swamp Princess coming from Tampa, Florida.
Hi.
Doechii.
Hello.
Nice to see you. You doing good?
Yes, I'm doing very good.
And you heard that you were able to wish for something that Christoph's going to prepare. So what did you wish for?
I wished for a nice German dish, something hot, something savory, and I wanted it straight from here.
So what's a nice German dish, Christoph?
Yes, in German, Rinderroulade, beef rolls, mashed potatoes, and red cabbage.
Yummy.
Cabbage. Not garbage, bro.
Yeah. Cabbage.
What would be a go-to meal for you?
Go-to meal for me?
If you would prepare a meal for somebody really special, what would it be?
I'm not a good cook.
It don't matter.
And I eat horribly. Oh. My go-to meal is a bowl of cereal.
That's good.
I love cereal.
Yeah, that's good. It's easy.
It's really bad.
Like you do cereal, you do milk, it's done?
It's done.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, but that means you eat out.
I do eat out a lot.
So give us, if I ever go to Tampa,
Yes.
let me know the best spot I gotta go to.
I would say it's a Jamaican spot. It's really, really small, but authentic Jamaican food, the best that you'll ever get. I do oxtails, rice, sweet plantains, cabbage, mac and cheese, the whole thing.
What's the place called?
It's called Island Crew.
Island Crew.
Yes.
So Florida, Tampa, check out Island Crew.
Tap in.
Okay, we're gonna let Christoph do his magic right here.
Yes.
And we're gonna sit on the couch. How long you gonna take?
40 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Wake up, A cup, get your tits up in my makeup, face fuck, get your bake up. Fake love, fake tough, niggas dicks up, put your six up for the motherfucking princess. Rates up, jigs up, put your dicks up, get your dicks up, put your motherfucking sticks up.
I saw you started learning some German.
Yes.
You already know something? You can tell the people?
I know one sentence that I keep saying over and over.
It is?
Mahak Maleum. Mach Maleum.
Yes, like that. Mach mal leon. Like make some noise.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that's it so far?
That's literally it. And hello.
Okay. Well, for your next German show, you gotta know, seid ihr gut drauf oder was?
What does that mean?
It means, are you good in a good mood or what?
Seid
Seid ihr gut drauf?
Drauf.
Drauf with D.
Drauf.
Okay.
I can't.
I'm so sorry for all the Americans that didn't develop their muscles
I
to
know.
speak that language. It's so hard. A lot of people say that about the German language.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how you like your Berlin stay so far?
I really like it a lot. I've had some really delicious food. Been eating 3-5 course meals, which feels really, really good.
So you said you ain't eating good. That sounds like the thing.
But I haven't had any like traditional German dishes.
Yes.
But my stay here has been good. The people are warm and the weather is nice. The people are nice.
You gotta hear at a good time.
Yeah.
Like 4 weeks later, it's gonna be cold as shit.
I
out
know,
here.
it's not that cold. I was surprised.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So how was your show at Lido?
It was incredible. That was my first international performance.
First?
Yes,
Thank
first
you for
one.
blessing Berlin
I
with
know. It was electrifying. Like the love in the room was crazy. Everybody was so excited and just, it was crazy.
Yeah, I saw some videos of it. Probably also the range of your music is probably what entertains the people for such a long show, because you got that straight rap shit and then you got those pop bangers where everybody can sing to it as well. So I think a great live show is a big part of what makes a great artist. But what also makes a great artist? What would you say is part of that?
I would say skill, but also like freedom. You know, like I think to be a great artist, you have to be free within yourself. You can't be too scared. You know what I mean?
Sometimes the skill gives you like a canvas that you cannot break out.
Yeah.
So the freedom is more important than the skill, or the skill is more important than the freedom?
I would say The freedom is more important than the skill,
That's fair to
100%.
say.
Because you can't take yourself too serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah, it is.
Especially with the very lyrical rap.
Yeah.
You gotta have a little bit of sauce, a little bit of a sense of humor in that. Because if not, it's just...
It's too stiff.
Cool rhymes, bro.
Right.
Let me listen to something that I couldn't actually enjoy.
Yeah, agreed.
So 2 great artists that I heard were big inspiration for you. 2 other great artists were Beyoncé and Kanye West.
Yeah.
What is it about those 2 especially that fascinates you?
I mean, off bat, like Kanye, it's that freedom. It's that freedom. It's his ability to be honest and say what everybody's thinking, or sometimes what we're not thinking.
Yeah, what nobody's thinking maybe too. But.
And just like how weird and innovative he is, it inspired me so much. Beyonce, because she's just a boss. Like, she's a woman and she's a leader in her field, and being in like a male-dominated industry, I always looked up to her ability to be a boss.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah,
I see she's been inspiring a lot of people, or especially women in the world.
Yeah.
So thank you, Beyonce, for that. But what's your favorite Kanye album?
Oh my God, why would you do this?
Well, right
That's
now.
so hard to pick.
I mean, there's different Kanye albums for different phases of your life. But what is it right now?
Okay, right now, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Why that one?
Because there's so many different like genres in it, and it's just free and it's crazy. The features, I just feel like he went nuts on that project.
The freedom is crazy on that project, for sure.
Is.
There's other projects that are more in like one line, like 808 and Heartbreaks is like a closed, what do you call it, closed chapter.
Yeah.
But Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is really open. It feels like it could, like, he could still edit that album.
Agreed.
And I wouldn't wonder about it.
It's so timeless, and like the production on there was so thematic. And I mean, all his music is really thematic, but for me, it felt like a literal play.
Yes.
And I loved it. Even opening up with like Nicki Minaj telling that story, crazy.
Everything about it.
Yeah.
Is there maybe other artists, maybe even up-and-coming artists that we haven't heard about that you also get inspiration from? Maybe something you recently discovered?
I mean, this artist isn't up and coming. They're actually like a legend, but I've been inspired by a lot of MF Doom. Rest in peace to Doom.
Yes.
Just his art, even like his drawings have been inspiring me a lot, and just his old music, the music he made with his brother before his brother passed, like old Doom. I've been very heavily inspired by.
I gotta catch up on that. I mean, I know who he was, and I heard some songs, but I never really got into the whole.
I was the same way, and then I dug in, and I was like, oh shit. Wow. Can I curse?
Yes, of
course. Okay.
You can curse all the fuck you want.
Bro, he is hard as fuck, like crazy. So.
I once was at a studio with like an OG German rapper, and he came into the room, he put a vinyl of MF Doom on and left the room.
No, cause literally.
Cause I felt like I was semi-deluxe, he's a big artist in Germany, and I felt like, is he like trying to school me right now? Like, is he trying to put me onto something that I have never heard about? And it was dope. It was really, like, if you really listen to it, you can,
it's crazy.
You can get all the gems. But it's not only artists that is inspiring other artists, it is also other great stuff, like great books or great animes. Maybe you can give us some book tips for like the greatest books that you encountered in your life.
The greatest books that I encounter, I feel like artists are gonna appreciate this one. It's called The Artist's Way.
Love that one.
I love that one. It just changed my life. Like, it just woke something up in me, and it has a big reason as to why I feel like I'm where I am. So that book, and I mean, right now I'm reading this book called Ain't I a Woman, and it's about Black women and feminism. So I've just been trying to like unpack kind of like, I don't know, that whole thing.
Now, there's a lot to unpack.
It's a lot to unpack.
Probably not one book that can give.
I know.
Unpack everything.
I'm trying to make sense of this experience that I'm having as like a Black woman, especially in this industry, and I'm just trying to learn more about.
Is there something that you could take from that book that already lifted your mind state?
Not yet. I'm gonna be honest, I'm still in the early chapters of it. So right now I'm just reading it and learning a lot about like racism, and it just leaves me angry. So I haven't gotten to that point in the book yet where I feel like I've come to some type of resolution.
Okay, right now it's more...
It's just feelings, you know, which is fine.
But The Artist Way is something you probably maybe even read over and over again?
Yeah, I've read that book like 3 times, and
still doing
every time I do like a project, I gravitate back towards it to like redo it. It's like a workbook as well.
Yeah.
And so for my last mixtape, I actually pulled that book out and I did it again, and I wrote some dope shit.
So you do the artist pages every day?
No.
Yeah, I see that, but when you first read the book, you probably started with like all this enthusiasm.
Yeah.
But then I see that too.
I know. I still journal to this day, but like I don't do it every single day when I can.
And also the 3 pages is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's really a lot.
It's a lot.
But when I used to do it, I feel like after 1 page or after 1.5 pages, I just started.
Yeah.
Like this is where I tap into the real stuff that comes out of the soul.
Yeah. Did you finish the whole book?
No.
Okay.
But I felt like this book is it's also about feelings. It got to give you a certain feeling to then go at your artistry.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't need all the rules. Maybe you just needed a little kick. And that was it for me at that time.
Yes.
I read that and then, I just got to go back to...
I get it. You got what you needed and it's like, okay, let's go.
I read that with, the richest man in Babylon.
I haven't read that.
That's also a book that's kind of like the same. I only read the first chapter. But I'm like, okay, I got it. I got it.
I know that's right.
It's an old book that teaches you about finances, but from a perspective from Babylon, like back in the days when they first invented money. And although these rules still apply to today,
amazing,
which makes it such a great book. But maybe that's also where you can find an example of a part of a great book is that you don't even have to finish it.
Yes.
And you still get the message.
I agree. I have books like that. I think The Alchemist was like that for me.
Oh, you didn't finish The Alchemist?
I didn't finish The Alchemist.
Oh, wow.
I actually skipped through it. I skipped through like the middle.
Oh, but
and
you read
I
the
read
end.
to the end.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean, the
I read
end
the end.
It's really important.
Right.
With The Alchemist.
That one's good. I'm gonna try the book that you recommended. Yeah.
Oh, The Richest Man About. It's really good. It's also a very small book. You can probably read it in a couple of days.
Okay, cool.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But let's go from great books to great animes. I heard you were a fan.
Me? Anime? I do not watch no anime.
No. Oh, then somebody told me some shit wrong. But maybe it's about cartoons. Maybe that
I do like cartoons. Love cartoons. Any cartoon, but I don't watch anime. I actually hate anime.
Oh wow.
Well, I don't hate it.
My heart's broken.
I'm so
what
sorry.
What you hate about it? Let's go
sorry.
deep into that. What you hate about anime?
I can't get into it. Damn. I just don't. I don't.
You ever heard about Death Note?
Yes, I have heard about it.
Start with that and then you will understand all of us.
Really?
You will be like, I get it. Because Death Note is pretty, like, it's not the typical anime, but it gets you onto it. It's a lot of psychological warfare between 2 guys. It's just genius. All the time you don't know who's good or who's bad, and you're trying to figure out on which side you are.
Yeah.
And at some point you are like, this is me? Like, did I really have these thoughts right now?
I'm gonna try it out. I think that all the animes that I've tried out, they just, like, my friends recommended them. I like people fighting, it's screaming. I don't know what's going on. Like
that's the shonen type. Like the fighting is part of it. I get that not everybody enjoys the fighting part, but it's about the message behind it, like standing up after the fight and fighting for your family and friends and for what you believe in.
I liked Fairy Tail.
Ooh, Fairy Tail? No, it's a specific anime, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I tried that one. That one was cool. Okay. Yeah.
Well, maybe
sorry to the anime lovers.
Well, maybe we get there one day. Okay, so if it's not about great animes, maybe we can switch to great songs.
Yeah.
Put me on to great songs that I might have never heard. Or maybe that I have heard, but they're somewhere.
A great song, I would say Peace of Mind by Lauryn Hill, the live version.
Okay.
Then I'm going to have to skip to Hello by Jay-Z.
Oh, okay, that's great.
But then I'm going to have to go to a little Earth Eater. You probably don't, you probably never heard of her. It's called Super Soaker. So good.
By Earth
She's
Eater.
Fire by Earth Eater.
Okay, I gotta
She's
check that
incredible. And then my music.
Oh, well, speaking about your music or speaking about great songs, you recently dropped your mixtape.
Yes.
Where would you draw the line between a mixtape and an album?
Politics, honestly.
Okay.
That's it. It's really the same thing. It's like with a mixtape, I feel like there's no there's more freedom, less limitations. With an album, it's like, oh, you have to have this many songs, or we want you to do that, or have this hit, or da-da-da-da. And with a mixtape, I just feel like you have like creative, you can go crazy.
Yeah.
That's really the only difference to me.
Okay, so you said with an album you cannot go that crazy, or? I
think you can. It's just, when I say it comes with politics, it's more so like, when you say the word album, your label is like...
expectations, hits.
Yes, okay. But when you say mixtape, they're like, whatever.
Oh, so maybe we gotta, all the artists out there, remember that one.
Literally.
If you sign your deal, be like, yo, I want to do a mixtape. Can I just sign for a mixtape? Come on, bro.
That would be kind of cool. Sign for a mixtape, see how it goes. Yeah.
So when I put your album in Google, your album name, it says 99% of people like it.
Really?
So shout out to the 99%. But who's the 1%? You know them?
Who is the 1%? Show yourselves.
Yeah, come on, man. It's only 1%. Like the 99 could.
That's fire.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I didn't even know Google would say it, but I put the album in and then it said 99% of people like this album.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's a good percentage.
Yeah.
But with all that, it's not only Google, it's not only the critics, it's also other great artists that see you. Like I heard the great Kendrick Lamar just gave you the crown about being the dopest, what does he say, the dopest MC right now?
He said I'm the hardest out.
The hardest out. That's, How do you deal with that? Does all this expectation on you give you pressure?
It used to, but I think now it doesn't, because I just know I'm hard.
You just accepted your great.
I've accepted it. I'm not running from it anymore. I think before I felt like a lot of pressure because I hadn't dropped a full-length project. So I was like, oh no, what if I drop a full-length project and I can and it doesn't and people don't da-da-da-da or whatever. But I think now that I've gotten the experience of finally dropping a full body of work, I have a point of reference. So and I'm just like, nah, this is undeniably dope. And I don't think anybody could take that feeling from me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So just prove it to yourself. Like if you're doubting yourself, even if it's the pressure from outside or the pressure from inside.
Literally, I had to prove it to myself, like you can do this. And not just like a 10-song project, like a 19-length project, you can do that. Yeah.
But this is the first full-length project you dropped with TDE.
Yes.
So how did the working or releasing process change for you?
It was really spontaneous because originally I was working on my album and that was taking forever because it just kept changing. And I was also just in a very tough spot in my life. I was going through a lot at that time. And it all kind of switched when I started to isolate myself a little bit and I got sober. I stopped drinking and I stopped smoking. And I got a lot of clarity, and to kind of make a long story short, I pretty much just randomly hit up the label and I was like, I'm gonna drop a mixtape and I'm gonna drop it in a month and this is what I'm gonna do.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, I'm gonna take a pause on the album, I'm gonna do this. And they were like, okay, whatever. Like, but you
were already signed to the label at that time?
Yeah, okay. I was already signed.
Oh, I thought this was like, yo, I got this mixtape, you wanna sign me? And then that just sounded like that.
No, I was already signed. I've been signed for like 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So that was when your last project came out, right? 2020?
My last, it was like an EP, I believe. I dropped an EP.
Okay.
I hadn't dropped a project yet, and I was like, this album is taking me a long time. Maybe I'm not ready for it. Let's just do a mixtape. Did the mixtape, and the label, when they heard it, they were like, oh, shit. They were like, girl, you got something here. And we dropped it, and boom.
Crazy. But another way you are expressing greatness is through your music videos. Especially in a time where labels or people or the audience would say music videos are not as important anymore. I see you putting a lot of effort and a lot of love in that.
Yeah.
So what is it about that way of expression or what does that way of expression mean to you?
I'm a theater kid. So what I love about musical theater is that it puts visuals with audio, with dance, and with acting. I get to stimulate all of my senses. And so where visuals might be like a dying art, I love it. It's my favorite part. I love performing and I love visuals. So I put a lot of intention and pride into my videos because that you're ultimately packaging the music.
Yes, it is an extension to the music.
Literally.
It is a visual extension to it.
And I want people to be in the world. I want them to feel it. And yeah.
No, I think that's you're doing a good job right there.
Thank
Do you work with the directors together, or how?
I do my own creative direction, and I come up with the idea, and then I find a director, and I'm like, okay, do this.
Sweet. What would be a piece of advice you could give to a up-and-coming artist, but only about visual representation?
You're good. Probably, I'm gonna say this, and it can apply to many things.
Okay.
People aren't stupid, and they can feel your energy. They can feel when you love something. They can feel when you're faking something and when you don't like something. So I think when you show up just authentically as yourself, like a real vibe on camera, it'll translate no matter what type of piece of content it is, video, picture, anything. Just authentically have a desire to do what you're doing and love it on camera, it's gonna go. It'll be fine. That's my advice. And also, if your shit doesn't blow up, that doesn't mean anything. Keep posting it. It will happen. Relax.
Yeah. Time. Time is of the essence.
Time.
But talking about all this social media and music industry world, how do you escape from that?
I delete the app.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. I love it.
Just delete the app. Like, I literally will tell my team, like, I don't have a Twitter, but I do have a Twitter, but I don't use Twitter. I don't look at anything. Like, I practice post and go.
Yeah.
I'll post on Instagram. I don't look at the comments.
But does it work for you, or do you try to not look at it?
No, it works for me. I can't.
Okay.
Because you look at too much of the good, it could distract you. You look at too much of the bad, it could distract you. You know what I mean? So
you.
It can. I don't pay attention to it. Too many opinions.
So not paying it. Okay. But I also heard you got yourself into meditation practices.
Yeah.
What type of meditation is the one you're going for?
I would say I just practice, like, my meditation comes from routine, and skincare to me is meditation. Journaling is meditation.
It is, for
Stretching is meditation. It's just about my morning routines, my nightly routines. That's how I meditate. Even listening to music. I know that might seem like it's like...
No, but everything that helps you like touch your inner self, or get your get in touch with your inner self is meditation. Like everything that helps you to, it says it in the artist way all the time, to connect with yourself. Like in whatever way. If you journal, if you make a song, if you just try to empty your mind and listen to the thoughts, it's all meditation.
That's it. So that's how I meditate.
Did you try like other specific guided meditations or something?
Yeah, I used to. I used to practice guided meditation. And then I don't know, I slowly just kind of stopped. It started taking long. I started getting sleepy. But yeah, I've practiced guided meditations before.
Well, I think it's about to figure out which is the right way for yourself.
Agreed.
So I mean, some people do guided meditation, some do breath work, some do stretching.
What do you like?
I like breath work.
Really?
Yeah. You know Wim Hof?
Oh, wow, yes.
Yeah, that's my guy. Like
amazing.
I do that. I just did it before the interview.
Doesn't he do ice baths as well?
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah, I think I picked up a book about like a Wim Hof book about ice baths and stuff like that. Yeah. It's cool.
No, he's the guy. He doesn't say he invented it. He like found out about a breathing technique that only takes 10 minutes. And no matter what situation in my life, this shit helped me.
Amazing.
Like calming my mind down if I'm overwhelmed, doing it before sports, doing it after sports, doing it. I even did it together with a woman, and then like it felt like we're connecting on a different level doing that breath work together.
Incredible.
So that, like, I tried so many different guided meditations or meditations out of books, but at the end, this 10-minute breath work thing is what helps me all the time.
That's fire.
You ever tried the Wim Hof method?
I've never tried it.
Oh, you should.
Okay.
It only takes 10 minutes. There's a YouTube tutorial by him. It's really
I'm going to
amazing.
look it up.
Okay, but another thing we humans choose to escape from all that world, if it's not meditation, is drugs. but you already said it that you turned sober.
Yes.
What was the turning point for you? Because in your songs, I hear you celebrating marijuana sometimes, or like just the excess of whatever, alcohol or partying. So what was the turning point?
Yeah, the turning point for me was when I started to feel like I couldn't create without some type of like outside influence.
Okay.
You know? And that was like a major thing for me because I realized like I've forgotten the source of my creativity. And now I know, okay, I need to take these things away and get to the root of like what's going on. So that changed a lot for me. And I was like, I need to pull back. And it was slow. I was like, okay, instead of hard liquor, I'm gonna just drink wine. Instead of wine, then I'm gonna do champagne. Instead of champagne, now I'm just gonna do nothing. And I realized like, nah, I don't need a drink. I don't need to smoke to do anything. You don't need those things. Sometimes it sets a vibe, but you don't need it.
No,
you know,
need is the wrong word.
Need is the problem.
If you start feeling like you need it, then
That's
you should
a
ask
problem.
yourself, and that's maybe where the turning point should set in.
Agreed.
Do you miss anything about it?
Not really. Sometimes.
Well, what type of sometimes? Like
I mean, sometimes, you know, I could do a glass of wine or like I go to parties a lot because I'm an artist. And so sometimes I'll be like, dang, everybody's drunk but me. But now I'm just kind of like, it's cool though. I'm chilling, you know?
I mean, if you found your inner peace with it, I think that's greater than being torn to it all the time or not making your own decisions. 'Cause I feel like most of the times when people go out to party, take drugs or drink, it's not 100% your own decision. It's always about the circumstances. Oh, it's a party, so we have to drink.
Yeah.
I think we should make parties like with anything else. Like we could do parties and just whatever, eat fruits or
Right.
Like, there is so many ways. I don't know why society just chose this one path.
I know.
Of let's go out at night, dark, hella drunk.
Okay.
All these crazy people running away from themselves, celebrating instead of.
I do feel like I want to promote more day parties. Hey. Like as I'm getting older, I'm like,
3 p.m.
why do we have to do everything so late?
Yes. Let the party be over at 10. Like I'm gonna be home. Perfect.
So we can go home.
Yes.
Yeah, more day parties, more sun, more fruit, more water. But also like whatever your vice is, do your thing. I think I'm just experimenting with living life in a different way. And I've never lived a life where I'm completely sober. Like I'm talking no tobacco, no nicotine, no nothing.
No sugar?
I won't go that far.
It's probably the worst drug we're taking.
I know, but it's very cool to experience life like this. This is a vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the sober life.
Okay.
I got some questions to finish this off. They go from stupid to philosophical. There's everything in between. Okay. So I heard you used to sing in the choir.
Yes.
What's one of your favorite song that you remember from that time?
It is, I hope I'm correct. It's a song by an Asian choir. It's called Hotaru Koi. I think it may be Japanese. I'm not sure. That's my favorite song.
Do you know what it's about? Or is it in Japanese?
I think it is.
And you used to sing the whole lyrics?
Hotaru Koi, it was one of the first songs I learned in choir, and I fell in love with it, and I was like, I want to do this forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you know the lyrics without knowing the language? That's amazing.
Hotaru Koi.
Okay. Okay, good. So we got that out. Cool.
Right.
What is your favorite way to distract yourself?
Oh my God. To distract myself?
I know it's not anime, it's okay, we had that.
Probably like reality TV shows.
Ooh, what type of?
Like I like bad reality TV. Like
which one you talking about?
Like I'm talking like old raunchy Flavor of Love. Ooh. Like I want to see Bad Girls Club. I want to see people fighting. I want to see them making a fool of themselves. Okay. I want the drama, the tears.
Good old American television.
Good American television.
Flavor of Love.
That's Jerry Springer. Like I want it.
Okay, that's a good way to distract yourself, because I feel like it really takes your mind off everything else. Because you're now involved in somebody's problems who are not really problems, but you're so involved into it.
And I love like watching those shows and being so judgmental, like, oh, I can't, why would she do that? Like, you don't even know these people.
No, you know nothing about them. You don't even know if anyone in there is real, what's scripted, what's
literally
not scripted. Because a lot of people go on these shows knowing that they will become famous, or will, like, they will just do whatever to get famous.
And it is so entertaining.
Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, it is. Like, I cannot do too much of it. I feel like I'm turning stupid if I watch more than like 2 episodes.
It's brain rot.
But sometimes I get sucked into that shit too. Like, Germany has really, really bad trash TV.
Really?
Too. Yes. Like,
I need to get into it. Which one would you recommend?
Like Temptation Island.
Okay.
What's the other one? The one where everybody's naked on the island.
No.
What's that shit called? Naked? No.
Naked on the island?
Yes. I haven't
Is it like Survivor?
No, it is more about like...
It's romantic?
Adam and Eve, like without clothes, you gotta fall in love.
Yo, I bet it's easy to fall in love.
I'm not sure, like I only saw the trailer of this.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
I think it's called Adam and Eve, right? Yeah.
That's crazy, I gotta watch that.
But they probably have it with subtitles, because I don't think they do it in English, but you can watch it. It's good. There's some really good...
No, I'm just gonna watch it in German and just catch on.
You gotta check out, there's this German trash TV influencer, Calvin Kleinen. He's not Calvin Klein, he's Calvin Kleinen. He's funny as fuck.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he's serious about that stuff, but he's this type of Jersey Shore character.
Oh, fire.
But in Germany, he's amazing.
Okay.
No, I love that. Okay, this is a deep one. If you could know the absolute truth about one thing in the world, which question would you ask?
What happens when you die?
Because that's a question we could never answer.
Yeah.
Like, you got to die to answer it.
Literally.
And then you cannot answer it.
I want to know, like, what happens.
Damn.
But then I want to come back after I find out.
And then tell everybody and be like, oh, no, she's crazy. She's
right,
crazy.
like, yeah.
Nah. Do you have a, like, can you imagine something that would happen after death?
Okay. My theory is...
Please.
Okay, it's a whole thing, because I was talking to my friend about this recently.
Get it out.
I wonder if, like, when you die, it's gonna feel familiar to you, almost like this crazy sense of deja vu, because you've already died before, you've experienced this, but when you're reborn, you forget the feeling of dying. But it's like, as soon as you die, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I've been here before, this happened. And then you go into the next life and forget all over again. And then you're gonna realize all your destinies and everything you did and everything you were supposed to do, but you're already dead, so it's too late.
Oh God, that sounds kind of sad though. Like,
yeah, low key.
Because we're losing our path in this world, because this world is just so fucked up that I believe we are born with a mission, but a lot of us just forget that mission or only fulfill a part of it.
I think it'll all replay in front of you really quickly, and then you're gonna see everything, and then you won't be able to change anything because you're dead.
But maybe you can change it in the next life then, but will you remember?
You will not.
Did you watch Coco?
No.
It's a Pixar movie. And it's a movie about Días de los Muertos, the South American day where they celebrate the deaf people. And there they have a world where I think they call it the afterlife. And this is where you are, but you're not your body. You're more just a soul, but you kind of still look like yourself. But in that realm, you die when you're forgotten on Earth. And
that's so sad.
And in that movie, though, everybody doesn't want to be forgotten.
Right.
They were like, please remember me, my great, great, great child now. But then on the other hand, I was watching that movie and feel like, why do they not want to die in that realm? Because maybe in the next realm, it will even be more interesting. Maybe then you're just a soul, not attached to any looks or any history.
Yeah.
And then if you would be in that afterlife, Julius Caesar is still there.
True.
Jesus is still there. Like,
true.
They will never leave that realm.
It's another realm.
Maybe that's even, like, there's some monks that doesn't want to have a name, that don't make kids. They just meditate their whole life. Because if they would then go to afterlife, maybe like 10 more years, people will remember them. And then they will go to the next realm. And maybe there's even another realm and another realm and another realm.
It's so interesting, and it like blows my mind to think about this because I'm like, a part of me feels like at some point, once your brain actually, the chemicals leak out because you're literally dead, I think you become everything. Like you literally spread out as an energy and you become everything. This knowing consciousness that beats in all of us. You're everything. You're a plant, you're a fruit, you're a couch. You're nobody and everything. Crazy.
That's the alchemist.
Yes.
Did you skip the part where he talks about how he turns into the wind and the fire and the water and all that?
I don't remember.
I remember I read the book the first time and I liked how everything's so logical. And then there's this chapter, I'm like, get the fuck out, turning into the wind. And then I read the book like 3-4 years later. And then that was my favorite chapter. I'm like, damn, yeah, whew, I'm the wind.
Yes. I need to gravitate back towards that book, read it again.
Actually, every book Paulo Coelho ever wrote is great.
Oh, wow.
For real. Like this author, he has so many great books. I think I read all of them. Maybe not all of them, but probably like 70-80%.
Cool.
You should check that out.
Okay.
Okay, I love this one too.
Okay.
If you could make a song with a fictional character from a book, from a cartoon or whatever, who would it be and what would the song be about?
Okay. And Issa, you might have to help me out with this. Do you remember The Simpsons? There was a villain character in The Simpsons that kept trying to kill Bart.
Yeah.
I would make a song with him.
Oh, that's crazy. Tingle Tangle Bob for German people. We call him Tingle Tangle Bob in Germany.
I feel like, and honestly, please write that down because it's kind of inspiring me. I would make a song with him, and I feel like he would give me the hardest verse ever.
Yeah, like straight rap.
Yeah, real rap shit. So cool.
That's crazy. Sideshow Bob featuring Doechii coming soon. I see that, the full spectrum of it already.
That's a good song
I didn't even think about it, but you got those songs where you talk to your fictional characters and shit, but I didn't even think about it when that question came. So that's
a really cool, and even like a music video concept if the whole thing is like me in Simpsons form with him, and then I use his voice and I AI his verse.
No problem. We got that.
Woo!
Yeah. Put me on the credits. It's no problem.
Yeah.
I got you. When I saw that question, I was thinking Aladdin. Did you watch Aladdin?
Yes.
The Disney movie? Because he's a spitter.
He is.
Like, those songs.
Oh yeah, those songs.
Damn, the one song I only know the German, but where he's Jump Ahead, I think is called, where he runs through the market. And it's so gangster.
Lyrical miracle.
Yeah, just talking about how he can steal shit and they will never get him.
Period.
Aladdin was probably one of the first gangster rappers.
I know, that's right.
Better done than perfect or better safe than sorry?
Better done than perfect. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Really?
Like, especially watching your videos, I think I would have thought you're the worst perfectionist in the world. Like trying to get things to, like, every detail has to be perfect.
I am like that, but I give myself like a time limit. Like, let me get it as perfect as I can by this.
Oh, this is great.
That's it.
I should tell that to all my artists who don't finish their albums.
Okay.
Take this deadline serious.
Literally.
Okay, and the last one is good, but...
Okay. Is it about death?
No, about anime.
Okay, I'll still go for it.
But we can switch it to just cartoon characters or fictional characters. So
yes.
What is something you learned from a fictional character?
SpongeBob.
And what did you learn? Imagination.
I learned from SpongeBob to be yourself, no matter who's annoyed with you. SpongeBob doesn't care that Squidward hates him. He's gonna love Squidward regardless, bro. He doesn't care that Mr. Krabs is a cheapskate and treats him like shit. He's going to do his job to his best ability because he loves his job, not because Mr. Krabs is a crook, which he is. He's gonna keep trying to get his license even though Mrs. Puff has failed him 1,000,000 times.
Yes.
And
damn, that's inspiring. I never
he
looked at it
never
that
gives
way.
up. He's so good. My gay king. He's great.
Yes, he is. Like most things you said, I learned from like Goku from Dragon Ball, which is like a fighting anime, but it's the same message.
Literally.
At the end, it's about being yourself no matter what. Like let them laugh at you, let them
Like don't
even notice it. Like just being yourself.
Fucking let them. That's a good quote.
Yeah. Shout out to SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Right. What about you, Christoph? You done with the food?
Ready?
All right, then let's wrap this up and have some good ass food.
Yay!
Thank you. So I heard your first track you ever recorded was a diss record.
Yes, it was.
So who'd you diss?
I was dissing this guy. He was a rapper, and my friend was a rapper. I was not a rapper yet. And I think he invited her to some show, and then last minute, like, told her, you can't get on the show, you're not allowed to perform.
Okay.
Only us guys are performing. And so I was like, oh, hell no. And I recorded a diss track.
Damn. Against him. And how did he react to it?
He didn't care.
Oh. No, I bet he cared.
Girl.
I bet he cares nowadays.
I'm sure he does.
You remember any of the lyrics of that song?
I do. I think I said, all you niggas pussy, all you niggas whack, coming from a bitch that barely rap. Me and Cloud gonna take you motherfuckers off the Tampa map. Like, it was something like that.
Nice.
Something like that.
Wow. Okay, so at the end, she was not able to perform at that show. Did you even go to that show?
No.
No. It was probably whack, right?
Yeah, it was whack. So then we threw our own show, and it was all female rappers on the lineup.
Nice.
Period.
Well, I see you doing that. I've seen like all the last collaborations you put out has been dope females. You just got some with Bangs, Katy Perry.
I love my girls. Yeah.
Okay. So, mixtape is out.
Yeah.
You're in Berlin right now. Is there more shows you're playing in Europe?
No, I have the UK coming, and then I'm back to the States.
And what can your fans expect from you coming up next?
An album.
An album?
For real this time.
For real? Is it the same album you've been working on, or is it like a whole new?
Nah, whole new thing. It's gonna be fresh, and it's gonna be really dope. I'm excited.
Do you make a lot of music that doesn't come out?
Yeah, I have tons of songs that don't come out.
I believe that's also something that people need to take as an advice.
Oh yeah, 100%. I have hundreds of songs that have never seen the light of day, but that's what you do.
I believe that too. But
Yeah.
maybe, do you think there is a way to get these type of songs also to your audience, or maybe even to like your core audience or something? Or is it your decision that you say this is not my perfect representation, so I don't want to put it out?
You know, that reminds me of Lil Wayne when he would drop 2 mixtapes in between albums. So I think I'll practice that. I'll probably do that.
At some point.
Yeah.
Okay. But then will it be a different type of mixtape than the one you just put out from the approach?
Possibly. Maybe, maybe not. I can't even think right now.
Me neither. This looks so good.
Wow.
Wow, bro.
Voila.
Ooh.
Thank you so much, Christoph.
Thank you.
He's gonna sit down with us, though. Anything left to say about this food?
It's a German roulade. Onions, red
Cabbage.
cabbage, and mashed potatoes with onions.
Amazing.
It's
all-
pickled the onions.
Incredible.
May all hands be blessed that were a part of this meal. Let's go. You want to start with some of this?
Yes.
Should I put you some? Should I pour you some of this?
Yes, please.
Red cabbage.
I've never had red cabbage. Thank
this
you.
This is so German. Like, I barely eat German kitchen, but this is so German, and it reminds me of like, I don't know, Christmas or
It's vegan, no?
Easter. Yep.
Thank you.
All right. We say guten Appetit.
Guten Appetit.
Guten
Guten
Appetit.
Appetit.
I'm excited, bro. All right. There's so much taste in it.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
Wie bei Mutti.
Wow. Thank you so much, Christoph. I appreciate it.